Good day guys, and welcome to today's tutorial. In today's tutorial we're going to be looking at the installation of CCTV cameras, analog cameras actually to be precise. And in an analog camera installation you make use of what is called a DVR, a digital video recorder. Now a digital video recorder is that system that connects the cameras together, and all the cameras are being connected to it, and it's what helps you to film the the videos. So you're going to be using a coaxial cable. The cable that's been used is called a coaxial cable. It has 2 points. It has a BNC connector and a power plug. Now we're going to look at more of that as we proceed. So you're going to be having a BNC connector, which is the yellow part of this wire you can see here, the yellow plug you can see here, and the red one is the power. So we will looking at how that is going to be useful in our course of installation. So you see, you connect CCTV camera installation is very easy. It's a straight line connection, like from one camera point straight to the DVR port behind the DVR. So if you look at this one, this camera, I connect a coaxial cable, of course, with power. So when you want to buy a coaxial cable, you should buy that which has power, because there are some coaxial cables that are out there that don't have power. They don't have power supply. So when you go, you tell the person, the vendor, that you want to buy a coaxial cable that comes with power. So you connect your coaxial cable to your camera, whether you're using the BNC connector. You plug a BNC connector to the cable, and then it goes to that camera plot, and then you connect it directly, also using a BNC connector to the behind the DVR. Now based on the DVR lines, number of ports in the DVR, that's the number of cameras you can install. In this case we have 4 ports, which means the maximum number of cameras we could actually install using this DVR is 4. So you see, we can also connect the second one as well using the coaxial cable. Of course, you must have connected a BNC connector to the coaxial cable. I'm sorry, in this video I couldn't really describe the connection of how you connect a BNC connector, but subsequently I will look into creating a video that would show you practically perhaps how to connect your BNC connector to your coaxial cable. In this case, we're just showing you a straight line installation on showing you how easy the installation of CCTV cameras, analog CCTV cameras, really can be. So in connecting cameras together, you don't just connect the cameras to our AC supply, which is our 240 volt. We need to they are all basically DC appliances, so they need DC power. So you're going to be needing what is known as a central power. It's more of like an adapter that steps down the voltage and the current that goes into the cameras. So you plug that to your normal AC, and it gives a maximum of 12 volt main for the cameras to actually power on. So if you look beneath it, you have about different types of connectors where you connect your cameras, your positive and negative terminal of the camera. You connect it to that black wire. You connect it to that point before actually connecting to the camera. So here's how you do it. You connect your red. There's actually a termination point there, 2 termination point for each cameras. The black one, 2, also one of its terminal point there. You find it. Now in this case, you look at these central power. It's a 4 terminal central power, because I have 4 cameras to install, and the DVR I'm using is also a 4-line DVR, which means I can only install 4 cameras. So you see, I connect each of this camera, the power supply of each of this camera, to this central power. So you see, CCTV camera installation is very easy. It's a straight line, just from the point, pull your wire, drop it down to your DVR and connect your DVR to it, and then connect the power supply to a central power supply system. And that's it. This is how easy installing CCTV cameras is. Yeah, so this is basically how you connect your cameras together to your DVR. Now, if you want to power on the DVR, it has its adapter. You connect your its adapter to the DVR and connect it to an AC supply. That way, you power on the DVR. Now, in the DVR, there is going to be need for a hard disk. Just a normal hard disk that we use in our systems. It's you tell the customer to buy a hard disk of maybe 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte or 3 terabyte, then depending on the number of data this person actually wants to store, because each of the videos that has been filmed from time to time will be stored on this DVR system. So it's not just about connecting the camera to the DVR. So also at the same time, if you want a timely display of your feeds of the videos that have been taken, you could use a monitor, and if you're connecting the monitor, you use what the cable, which is a VGA cable, just as we know, even in connecting our system, our desktop computers to our processing unit, we use a VGA connector. So there's a slot provided behind the DVR for that. So you just plug in your VGA cable and connect it to your desktop, and that's easy. Likewise, the same way, if you don't want to use that DVR connector, there's this television cable that we used to have. I've forgotten the exact name for the television cable, the one that used to have a yellow and a red. So it's also, there's a slot for that as well. Of course, you connect your monitor to a power supply as well. So you connect your monitor to a power supply unit, and that way you could actually power the monitor and see the feeds. Immediately you connect it and put on your DVR, it will automatically start showing the feeds. There's no need for some kind of programming or anything. That's why it's called analog. Now, if you want to use a TV, and you could actually use it, connect it to a TV using what, the HDMI cable. So you have your TV and you want to use a HDMI cable, you could actually use a HDMI cable. So to actually view the feeds of the cameras on a, rather than viewing it on a monitor, you could use a TV. So most people want to settle for a TV, so you use a HDMI cable. So now the analog is not just the DVR. I call it digital video recorder, and we're installing analog cameras. Yes, you're installing analog cameras, but it has an IP feature, an Ethernet feature. You could actually provide Ethernet, a small kind of Internet for it, so you could actually view your feeds even as far as maybe in your office. You want to see what's going on in your house. You just connect a small network to the DVR. There's a provision for that. So you use a router. Of course, we know a router provides what? A homeland, small homeland internet. So maybe using a Wi-Fi, and then you connect it to using you connect it to a DVR, and for that connection you use the Ethernet cable. So you get your Ethernet cable, and these Ethernet cables are being sold in the market. If you can't cream an Ethernet cable yourself, you could actually just go buy or a creamed one and just maybe ask the seller to test it using the LAN tester. You don't have to really actually go about preparing the cable yourself. So you plug it directly to the slot behind the DVR to to the router as well. So just like I said earlier, if you want to display this not on a damp monitor, or you want to display it on a TV, the feeds of the camera on the TV, these two slots behind the red and yellow, these are TV cables. Aside from the HDMI cable, there is a TV cable. You could actually use that cable instead. So this is basically how to make analog CCTV camera installation. It's very easy. Like I said earlier, you could actually make it. However, you need to know how to lay your cables, of course. This brings us to the end of this tutorial. Please do not forget to hit the subscription button and turn on your notification. Thank you.